The definition of a routine is a habitual habit. And so creating a habitual habit of a routine becomes so important because, as I always stress, structure is everything in this business. You will find your way. You're going to find, as we talked about with your functionality, you're going to see where you best function. Morning, evenings, afternoons. Functionality is a product of structure. Strengths and weaknesses is a product of your functionality. I'm really good here. I'm not so good here. But the routine part is the structure part. And when you can create routine, it's all efficiencies. Now, when you hear the word routine, the first thing you're going to think of is my daily routine. I have heard this over and over and over again, but that's not what I'm talking about. I want a routine for you. I want a routine for your assistant. I want a routine for your buyer's rep. I want a routine for your entire team. And I want a routine for your entire company. And I want a routine for anybody and anything that has to do with your business. What is their routine? And what is your routine? When you get into a routine, everything becomes automatic. McDonald's is the most successful franchise ever. Why? Everything's on a routine. Everything is a process. Everything is done to a T at the same time, same place. You need to be on a routine. Not just your daily routine as to, I'm going to wake up here, I'm going to go to the office here, I'm going to first check my emails, then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this. No. That's easy. What is the internal routine? Meaning, meetings. When are you going to host these meetings and stick to it? Meaning, when am I going to do my open houses and stick to it? Meaning, when am I going to prepare these newsletters? That calendar of event series is that routine. And every now and then your routine will get shuffled. That's fine. That's fair. We are an on-call contractor. So things happen. No problem. But the routine should not be broken. The routine allows you to have more time because of efficiencies. So what is that routine? Anything that has importance should have a date and time to it, and that becomes your routine. This is when I do that, and I do it the same time always. When you find yourself working in a box that you've put yourself in, that you know by checking your calendar for your routine, everything becomes easier. Why? Because it's set in stone. And when things are set in stone and you don't just one-off things, like one-offing things means that you can't practice at them because you're just doing it here and there. Routine is practice. Practice is what? Just like the pros. Well, guess what? Don't you want to be a pro? Don't you want to be the best at what you do? We got to practice. And that's the routine. So the most important aspect is to build that calendar of event series for your routine and what you're going to do in it. On Mondays, I do this. On Tuesdays, I do this. On Wednesdays, I do this. Whether that's busy work like creating content, reaching out to clients, doing postcards, doing newsletters, making phone calls, initial calls, follow-up calls. The list goes on and on for what you can do within that routine. But the key is to make it a routine. So you're doing the same things every single week or every single month. Some require once a month, some require multiple times a month, some require once a week, and some require multiple times a week, right? What are the consistencies that we need to be doing time and time again, and when do we need to be doing them? Well, Jay, you just said a lot. Not really, because it's all about you breaking down what we have to do in order to make it to where every week is consistent. What are the important things we need to do? We need to prospect. Okay, so if we're prospecting, what does that mean we're doing? We're going to open houses. We're making phone calls. We are sending out newsletters. We're sending out just sold. We're sending out just listed. That's prospecting. Okay, great. We need to prospect every week. That's what brings in the money. So what days are we going to do what with our prospecting series? Great. Next, we need to be doing open houses. Great. When are we going to do those open houses? Next, we need to be showing properties. Great. When am I going to be showing? Sometimes those are up in the air, but a lot of times, if you guys take the lead, like I keep saying, control the sale, your clients will actually go on your scheduled showing times. Don't forget about that. When am I going to create workflows and structure internal processes? That's busy work. You can structure that when you're doing open houses. Or you structure it at a different time during the week. On Tuesday from 10 to 12, I work on system processes. What am I going to do? Does that mean I'm creating checklists? I'm creating templates, right? To plug into my workflow, creating workflows. When am I going to do that? When do I reach out to my closed clients and ask them for referrals? Do I do that once a month? Great. What day is that and how long am I doing it? You have to build your routine. Now, I can't tell you how to build it. I can give you examples of what you need to focus on and what you need to build within there, but you have to build your own business. You have to build out what you think is critical for your success. And so when you do that and you create that time frame, I can't tell you when is best for you. I don't know your personal functionality. You do. So if you're better at writing in the morning, great, schedule that stuff out in the morning. If you're better in the evening, schedule it for the evening. But you have to create that routine. So when I get up in the morning at 6 o'clock, I say, okay, today's Tuesday. I already know what 80% of my day looks like. Because I do the same thing on every Tuesday. I know what my Wednesdays look like because I do the same thing. And we're creating different days with different tasks and projects to work on so we can get to the finish line. But we do the same thing constantly, religiously, habitually. We have to be a model of efficiency. And we don't have to do 100 things. We need to do 10 to 15 things well, and we need to do it consistently, and we need to master those things. And when you find yourself mastering those things because you built the routine out, which is your calendar of event series, what I do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday, I take every other Sunday off. Great, that's part of my routine. I go to church in the morning. That's part of my routine. I work out in the evenings on Wednesday, Friday, and Monday. That's part of my routine. But on Saturday and Sunday, I go in the morning. That's part of my routine. I'm going to eat breakfast between 7 and 8 and dinner between 5 and 6. That's part of my routine. I'm going to take my kids on Saturday from 4 to 5 or 4 to 6 to this place so we can spend some quality time together. Date night is every 2 weeks. Great. Your personal and professional routine need to make sure they don't interfere with one another. So have those two calendars, personal calendar, professional calendar. This is my work schedule. This is my work routine. This is static things that I do every single week and month and quarter and day. Little things. Because if you timeline it, those things again become habitual. So in the morning from 8 to 8:30, I'm checking emails, following up on emails. I'm checking my voicemail. Great, no problem. Then I get into, I'm going to prospect from 9 to 11. Okay, great. Then I'm going to go have lunch. Then I'm going to meet with my assistant. Or then I'm going to work on this new content piece for Facebook or Instagram. Work on my funnels. Work on my email drips. Work on my text campaigns. You have to find ways to stay busy, guys. Those that are not successful in this business are the ones that sit there and say, well, what am I going to do today? I don't really have a whole lot to do today. No, you have to create work. Create work. You are a creator. You're a marketer. This is marketing and sales. You have to build it. And if you don't know how to do it, look at the people that are successful. What are they doing? Look at me. What am I doing? I'm constantly just finding work to do. What can I do to get us to the next level? What do I need to do and where do I plug it in? And sometimes there's a task and a project. Tasks, remember, tasks are the days, day to day. Projects are things that you're working on with a completion date. Remember that. Tasks are what you work on and reprioritize every day. Projects are what you work on with a definitive end date to it. So within the day, you're always working on tasks. But what you're working on, though, for your routine are the things that are static, the things that you constantly have to be doing daily, weekly, and monthly, and quarterly. That's my routine. This is what that looks like. My calendar of event series, professionally and personally. And when you start creating that routine and you stick to it, it's amazing how much easier life gets because life becomes predictable. And that's the best way to live because I know what to expect tomorrow. And if it seems like it gets monotonous, it doesn't get monotonous because you're going to come up with new stuff, because you're going to finish something, you're going to start something new, and you're going to plug it in as your new routine. As you grow your career, you find other avenues that you need to get better at, weaknesses that turn to strengths that you plug into your routine. Do you see how that all comes together? Weaknesses turns into strengths. We plug it into a routine and we practice it until it's done, until we got it, until we move on to the next task or project that's part of our routine. You have to stick to it. All it is, guys, is being super diligent and disciplined to plugging it into your calendar. That becomes your routine. This is what I'm sticking to. There's variables that change, showings and things that, random meetings here and there. You got to take them, that's fine. But it's not going to get me off of my routine because my routine doesn't consist of 10 hours of routine. It might be 2 hours a day that's part of the routine. It might be 4. Whatever you plug in that you won't change for that day or that week. This is what I stick to. That's the routine. The other stuff is variable. Think about that. So I'm not telling you that you have to create a 10-hour day for every single day and you got to make sure you fill in all the time. No, that's not routine. That's impossible. Routine is just what you're sticking to. And again, that time commitment could definitely change. It's just a matter of what you're going to accomplish during that time frame. And you know what? If that's 2 hours, great. My routine is done. Now I need to work on this. Now you work on a project or you work on a task, but the routines don't change. That is automatic. So think about that calendar of event series. Think about what you need to plug in right now that can become part of your routine. What can become part of your routine right now? Daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly. Check-ins, meetings, content building, open houses, templates, creating templates. Are you going to make yourself available twice a week for coffee in case somebody wants to have coffee with you? Or hopefully you're inviting somebody to have coffee with you so you can try to earn their business and their clients. Think about that. Create the routine. You do that, I guarantee you, and I promise you, you will have more success and you're going to find that your day-to-day is much, much easier. Thanks, guys.